What is up, guys? NYKia31 here. And what am I bringing you guys today? I am bringing you some FIFA. Believe it or not, NYKia31 even has an interest in soccer. And you're going to be seeing me acting a noob here, learning these controls. There's so much stuff to learn how to do in this game. And you're going to see me doing some noobish stuff, clunking around mostly as I try to get a hang of what I'm doing before I start bringing some gameplay. I'm getting better. The movements in this game are serious. It's really unlike any sports game that I've experienced, to be honest with you. And it's really a big, change, but in a good way. It's a good challenge. But yeah, I like football. The other football. I'm a sports junkie. I've played sports of every type all my life, been good at virtually all of them. I love competition. I appreciate competitive greatness. I'm basically an egghead trapped in a jock and sports fanatic's body. That's what I am in a nutshell. But yeah, I've always had at least a casual interest in soccer. My family, my mother's side of the family is from the Caribbean, and my closest cousin, I guess you could say, he's from Trinidad and Tobago. And being from Trinidad and Tobago, he's, of course, a worshiper of Dwight York. We're not too far in age difference. So a lot of the same players that we have interest in are from our generation. So I've always followed the game casually. I didn't really start getting really into it, until I would want to say the '94 World Cup. That's when I really started to follow it with a lot more attention. I really enjoyed that World Cup, and that really, kind of transformed me into a more, I guess, devout follower of the game as opposed to just a casual fan. And out of that World Cup, I became a big fan of guys like Roberto Baggio. Dennis Bergkamp was big at that time, along with Edgar Davids. Those are guys that I enjoyed watching. Raul, and a whole bunch of other guys. And when I started to really get an interest in following the sport outside of World Cups and things like that, I naturally gravitated as an American to the Premiership, the EPL, mainly because it's the easiest one to find. Especially being an American, it's the easiest one to follow. Hard to find, at least when I started to get into it in the mid to late 90s. Harder to find or keep track of Serie A, La Liga, and the other European leagues. The EPL was just a natural fit. And when following the EPL, I gravitated towards Newcastle United. I own 3 soccer jerseys still to this day. I own a number 9 Alan Shearer English national team jersey. I own a number 9 Ronaldo Brazilian national team. Ronaldo is still the best player I've ever seen personally. And I own a Newcastle United jersey. I decided to adopt Newcastle United as my team. I figured they were the best mix of a team that had tradition, but also a team that didn't have much of a bandwagon following. Supporting a team like Manchester United or Arsenal, or at the time AC Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, that was out of the question. I mean, that's like a Englishman coming to America and then adopting the Yankees. That just wasn't going to happen. So it really came down to clubs like Newcastle. I liked watching Alan Shearer. I liked their stadium. They had a classic uniform, and they had a tradition and a history. Liverpool, where I saw Robbie Fowler celebrate a goal by crawling on the ground on all fours and acting like he was snorting cocaine off the chalk. I figured, hey, that's a guy I could get into. And also in other leagues, Juventus with Batistuta at the time, and Leeds with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Tottenham Hotspur. Those were the clubs that I was kind of paying attention to before settling on Newcastle as my adopted team. And it's very fun. I like watching the EPL. I like watching the Champions League and the other European leagues. I don't follow MLS very much. I've never been able to get into MLS for some reason. Something about it just doesn't really grab me. Who knows? Maybe that'll change. But anyway, really looking forward into sinking my teeth into this a lot more. People rave about this game's version of Ultimate Team. And, as you see here, I'm practicing skills using Newcastle and just getting a feel of the movements. I really like how the players move. Like this guy I'm controlling here, it really feels like he has weight to him, and you just can't, twirl around with the L stick and maintain control. It's very pressure sensitive, and it's done very well. It's clearly ahead of, at least in my opinion, other sports games out there in that regard. If the way this game, as far as the player movement works, is what Madden is going towards, then wow, I'm really pumped up for that. But I don't know how many of you guys play this game or are a fan of the series. I haven't played a FIFA game in years. I'm talking about 15, 20 years since I've played a FIFA game. It's been a really long time. I think the last FIFA game that I played before this one was for the N64. That's how long it's been. But, looking forward to it. I can tell right away that it's going to be a steep learning curve. And I'm certain the first time I venture online, I'm going to get my behind completely kicked. And that should provide some amusement, watching me make a noob out of myself. I actually did a pretty good job there as far as getting around those obstacles, but I just couldn't finish, and here I am back again. I think I chained again another good run here. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm feeling like a boss. And all of these steps have, look at me. This is all left analog. I'm not using any modifiers or nothing. I crash into the boundary there and go off course. But, for a while there, I was chaining together 2 back-to-back rounds of good movement. But I can't finish. I'm just barely getting movement down. I guess we'll get to finishing later on. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. You FIFA guys out there. Any pointers for a noob, first of all, as far as learning the game? I mean, I know the basic strategy elements of soccer and whatnot. And again, it's all going to come down to user skill and user control. Wow, 3 good runs here. Can I finish this time? No. Oh, yeah, I do. That's my first finish. I'm still doing it kind of wrong, but anyway, love to hear you guys' thoughts. Hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you all later. Peace.